The very, very first time we brought Totoro out, we brought him into the elevator fully assembled. One person that was in the elevator was Adam West and his 2 bodyguards, and we stuffed fully assembled Totoro in there. And everybody got shoved against the wall by the fluffiest thing ever. Adam West said, well, now this con is memorable. So yeah, Adam West was the very first person to see Totoro.
We finished him about 2 weeks before we had to leave for Dragon Con. So we made him a costume because what's the point of Dragon Con if not to go in costume? The first year we took him out in basic Totoro suit the first night, but then he also had a steampunk costume. Sewed an old leather jacket from the thrift store into a giant aviator cap, and made him goggles because you can't be steampunk without your goggles, right? A secondary belly that had gears instead of chevrons. When we took him out in steampunk style, we just put on our steampunk finery.
So it was a little too heavy for long-term wear. It's also when we learned that a lot of magnets around a lot of people wearing corsets is not a good match. For Drawn, we had gray light-up dresses. For Batman, we were various Batman character villains. Iron Totoro, various Marvel characters. Harry Pottero, we had Hogwarts students and Quidditch players. Iwakuro, remember a bunch of us were trying to figure out who we were going to be as handlers. And we just realized that everyone wanted to be Han Solo. So we just had various versions of Han Solo.
I was Heavy Metal Han.
And this year will be Minutemen from the TVA escorting the variant we have captured. Honestly, we were not going to bring Totoro this year because he has so much work. We thought we weren't going to do it. And then we saw Loki. And we said, if we're going to do Loki, we have to do it this year. And we have to bring him to Dragon Con for the photo opportunities on the 10th floor of the Marriott.
Because this hotel is the headquarters on Loki of the TVA, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
What's it like to be inside the costume? Can you walk?
I can dance! Are you kidding? I have danced before. I have been up on stage.
Totoro with the Booty Dragon Con
Yes,
crew.
well, and Harry Pottero got up on stage as well.
Right, that's right, and you danced with No Face at one party.
I did indeed.
What's it like inside?
Hot as expletive. I have fans and cup holders in there. The fans are required. We've done a lot of things that try to keep me cool, but if the fans aren't running, nothing else matters.
Okay.
This is what holds Totoro up above my head. There is the functional inside of Totoro.
That's a big hoop skirt.
Yeah, there's 13 of them, and they end up looking a little bit like that. And this allows us to pack it on an airplane by disassembling it every year and then reassembling it.
So we went to the hardware store and said, do you have a half globe, like a plastic half globe? She said, well, what are you trying to do? And we said, we need giant eyeballs for a puppet that's 9 feet tall.
Is it going in with the right bend is the question. It looks like it is.
Yeah.
It's just, okay.
TVA stabs. That's not gonna work.
So that's essentially Totoro's skull.
That is Totoro's skull.
That's what it looks
It's
like.
always been an upside down laundry basket.
Straps, then foam.
Yes, that is a very important instruction. The straps are what connects the skull, to the hoop skirt.
Right.
Skeleton.
And it's really important
Right,
to
the
attach
skeleton.
the skull and the skeleton before you start putting on all the foam padding around his head,
And
because
the
otherwise
muscles.
it's really hard to get at the straps.
Suitcases. The arm bones are a whole thing made up of PVC pipe mostly, and then you have to thread them through the skin after you have the frame all put together so that the placement of where they hit is going to match the interior structure. And all of that takes some jiggering. But at the bottom, we actually had to attach to something that was not going to bend, but also wasn't going to injure anyone. So we ended up stapling pieces of thin PVC pipe to a ping pong paddle.
In the stairwell, I heard the roar of the crowd and just applause and screaming and hooting and hollering and whooping and is that for us? I said to my friend, is that for Totoro? And we got downstairs and, flew out the door of the stairwell. And it was. That was when I knew that what we had done was something amazing.
Getting ready to bring Totoro down to the Loki photo shoot, hey guys?
Absolutely. Yes.
There's those feet.
People are already screaming in recognition as they see the soulless skin of Totoro being paraded past them. Totoro! Look! Put a sample over there in the corner.
I would like to stab it on your own mouth. Hand up the road.
Big Cheshire cat.
Cool, thank you.
I'm down at the bottom now. This corner needs to get smoothed out. It's all wrinkled. There we go. Okay. Excellent.
Ears or whiskers?
All right.